Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So we are continuing the solving of multiple choice questions from the chapter Factors and Multiples. Yes, starting with the first question today. How many twin primes are there between 1 and 100? Now what are twin primes, children? Twin primes are those prime numbers whose difference is 2. Yes or no? Now what did we learn about prime numbers between 1 and 100? Between 1 and 100 we are having 25 prime numbers. Of those 25 prime numbers, are you looking at the screen here? Yes, 3, 5, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 29, 31, 41, 43, 59, 61 and 71, 73. These are the sets of twin prime numbers. See, why are we putting them in brackets? Because these are twin primes. So, this form a set. Yes. So, these are the number of twin primes. How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So from 1 to 100 we are having 8 twin primes. Clear children? 3, 5, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 29, 31, 41, 43, 59, 61 and 71, 73. Option D is the correct answer. Next, which of these numbers has 2, 3, 4 and 10 as their factors? Now, if you look at the options, we are having very big numbers and you might be a little bit worried how to find out whether these numbers are the factors or not. But children, if we observe here, for the number 10 to be a factor, that is, if a number is divisible by 10, what is the condition? It should have 0 in the ones place. Yes or no? So from the given options, which has 0 in the ones place? Only option B. So option B will be our correct answer without even checking the others. Yes. Why did I go with 10 is that 10 has the easiest divisibility rule. Yes or no? It should have 10 in 0 in the ones place. So among the given numbers, only B has 0 in the ones place. Again, for 2 to be the factor, it should have 0 in the ones place. Yes, again correct. For 3, let us add the digits and check 1 plus 8 plus 2 plus 4. 1 plus 8, 9, 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 4, 15. Again 15 is also a multiple of 3. So again the number is divisible by 3. Okay, so in such, what happens in multiple choice questions is, if you think a little bit smartly, we will be able to solve even difficult problems. Next, a dash is a number that is the product of a given number and some other number. Option A multiple, B factor, C product and then D is factor tree. What are they saying? A dash is a number that is the product of a given number and then some other number. We are having a number and how did we get it? By multiplying by a product of numbers, say 1 and 2. When we multiply 1 and 2, the product will be 2. Now what is it called as? See, again it cannot be a product, right? A product is a number that is the product of a given number. Yes or no? So the same term product cannot be used. So product can also be called as what? It can also be called as multiple. If you remember, yes, it can also be called as a multiple. So option A multiple becomes our answer. What is the multiple? Multiple is the product of two or more numbers. Yes, two numbers. When we multiply a number with another number, we will get the multiple. So the product is also called as our multiple. Next question 44. A multiple is basically a dash, timetable, factor tree, product tree or division table. Now see, timetable is not related to maths only. It is, you have this in your classes. Yes, it will tell you at what time you will be having what class. Now coming to option B, factor tree. Now what is the factor tree? Suppose if I am having the number 4, the factor tree will be like this. So what are these here numbers? These numbers will show by these are the factors and this is our multiple. Yes or no, children? A multiple is nothing but what? Is basically a factor tree. Yes, in factor tree we will have the factors that lead to our multiple. So a multiple becomes what? A multiple becomes our factor tree. Yes, if we have a multiple, that is 4 is equal to 2 into 2, it is nothing but it is telling us what are the factors for it. So multiple becomes a factor tree. Next question. 1719 P 2931 Q 41 is a list of prime numbers in ascending order. What is the value of Q minus P? Now first, what is ascending order? Ascending order means small to big. Okay. Now what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are those numbers which have only 1 and itself as the factors. Yes. Now we have already learnt about prime numbers. Now coming to the list of prime numbers, 17, 19, then we have 23, 29, 31, then we have 37 and 41, children. So now what are the values of Q and P? 37 and 23. Now what should we do? Q minus P. If we subtract 7 minus 3, 4, 3 minus 2, 1. 14 will be our answer. Option D, 14 becomes our correct answer. Okay, Q minus P, 37. Clear? Now moving on to next question, 46. Which of the following, it is not which of the following numbers has 8 as a factor? Now what to do? The only way to solve this question is trial and error method. Take the first option, 136. Let us see if it is divisible by 8. We have 8 ones are 8. When we subtract, 5 is remaining, 6 brought down. 8 sevens are 56. When we subtract, 0 is our remainder. So 0 is a remainder. What does this mean? It means that our 8 is a factor of 136. So option A, 136 becomes our correct answer. Yes. Suppose if this was wrong answer, then go for option B and divide. Yes. Again, if it is also wrong, go for option C and so on. Next question, 47. The LCM of 3, 6 and x is 18. What is the possible value of x? Now what does LCM mean? LCM means the least common multiple. So 3 has 18 as the multiple. Yes, 3 6 are 18. Again 6 has 18 as a multiple. 6 3s are 18. Now this x also has 18 as one of its multiple. Now if you look at the options, option A, 36. See, 36 table starts with 36 only. So there is no way that 18 is a multiple of 36. Option B, 6. 6 is already given, so B cannot be our answer. Again option C, 18. Now is 18 a multiple of 18? Yes, 18 ones are 18. So option C, 18 becomes our correct answer. Again if you look at option D, children, it is 3 is already given in the question, so again D cannot be our answer. What is the correct answer? Option C, 18. Next one, given that P plus 3 is the highest common factor of 81 and 108, find the value of P. So first let us find out the highest common factor of 81 and 108. What are the factors of 81? 181s are 81, 327s are 81 and then 9 9s are 81. Now coming to 108, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, then we have 9, 12 and then 18, 27 and then 36, 54 and 108. These are our factors of 81 and 108. Now what is the highest common factor here? See, 3, 9 and 27. Sorry, not 81. 3, 9 and 27 are the common factors, out of which is the highest one? 27 is the highest common factor. Okay, remember this. What is the highest common factor? 27. Now what are they saying? Is P 27? No. P plus 3 is equal to 27. Now what is the value of P? It becomes 27 plus 3 moves to that side. So 27 minus 3. So P becomes 24. Okay. For which number if we add 3 will we get 27, or the another way to solve it is P plus 3 is equal to 27. Now if we take option 6 as P, option A 6 as P, 6 plus 3 is it equal to 27? No. Again 12, 12 plus 3 is equal to 15. So no. 9, 9 plus 3 is equal to 12. Again no. Option D 24, 24 plus 3 is equal to 27. So yes, the value of P is option D 27. Okay. Next, question 49. M is a multiple of 8 and a factor of 48. Find the possible value for M. What should we do? We should write down both the multiples of 8 and factors of 48. Or else, if you look at the given options, children, option 4, is it a multiple of 8? No. So option A becomes our wrong answer. Next, B 32. Is it a multiple of 8? Yes, it is a multiple of 8. But is it a factor of 48? No. 48 is not divisible by 32. Coming to option C 16. Is it a multiple of 8? Yes. Now again, is it a factor of 48? 48 divided by 16. Yes, children. Where do we have 6? We have 16 threes are 6 threes are 18 and 6 3 ones are 3 plus 1 4. So 16 threes are 48. What does this mean? 16 is a factor of 48 and also 16 is a multiple of 8. So what is the value of M here? 16, as it is both multiple of 8 and factor of 48. Or else you can write down all the multiples and factors of 48. If you look at the factors of 48, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 24 and 48. And again, if we start writing our multiples of 8, we have 8, 16 and 24. That's it. Here we have got, here we have got the common multiple and multiple of 8 and factor of 48. It is 16 here. Okay, children. So these are the two ways of solving this problem. Next one. The diagram shows some of the possible factors of 60. What are the possible values of A and B? So what are A and B? A and B are the factors of 60. Now if you look at the factors, now again two ways to solve is, you can look at the options given. A is equal, option A is equal to 2. Yes, 2 is a factor of, what is it? 2 is a factor of 60. And coming to option B 16, 60 is not a, 16 is not a factor of 60. Next, option B, A is equal to 4. Now is 4 a factor of 60? Yes, we have what, 15 fours are 60. And again option B 20, is 20 a factor of 60? Yes, we have 20 threes are 60. So option B becomes our correct answer, children. Or you can list down all the factors of 60 and from that you can choose the option which has the factors of 60. Okay. Next question. From the given diagram, what is the value of P plus Q plus R? Now what are these P, Q and R? These are our prime factors of 70. Let us do the prime factorization and find out. We have 7 tens are 70. 7 is already a prime number. So breaking down 10 here, 10 is a composite number. Yes, it is not a prime number. Now 10 can be written as 2 5s are 10. Now 2 and 5 both are our prime numbers. So what are the prime factors of 70, children? 7, 2 and 5 are the prime factors of 70. Now what should we do? We should find p plus q plus r. That is 7 plus 2 plus 5. 7 plus 2 9, 9 plus 5 14. So option D 14 becomes our correct answer. Yes. Next, the given figure shows some of the factors of 156. What is the value of x? Now again, these are what? All these are our factors of 156, children. Now what should we do? We should find out this x, which is also a factor of 156. Now we should start again, as I said, take the options and check whether it is a factor of 156 or not. 156 divided by 16. Yes, we do not have, so if we take the first two digits also, it is not possible for us to divide with, what do you say, divide with our 16 here, because it is less than our divisor. So we'll take all the 3 digits at one. If you look at the 16th table, children, we have 16 6 are 96. Sorry. See, we have 16 9s are 144, and then we have 16 10s are 160. Do we have 156 in 16th table? No. So 16 is not a factor of 156. Coming to option B, 8. 156 divided by 8. We have 8 ones are 8. When we divide, 7 is remaining. And then 6 brought down, we are left with 76. Now again, is 76 divisible by 9? No, we have 8 9s are 72 and 4 will be remaining. Again, 8 is also not a factor of what? Our 156. Again, 15 is also not a factor of 156. Why? Because see, we have 15 10s are 150. Yes or no? And then we have 15 11s are 165. There is no 156 in this table. Coming to the last one, option D, 39 will be our answer. Even without checking, we can say that 39 is the factor of 156. 39 4s are 4 9s are 36. 4 3s are 12 plus 3 becomes 14. Yes, we have 39 4s are 156. So 39 is our factor. Option D, 39 becomes our correct answer. Next question. The figure shows 5 numbers. Which of the 5 numbers are the prime factors of 130? We have 13, 3, 2, 10 and 4. But if we observe the numbers, what are they saying? The numbers should be the prime factors of 130. Now 10 and 4 are not prime numbers. Yes, so they cannot be prime factors. Now coming to 3 here. Now if we add the numbers of 1/3, add the digits of 130, 1 plus 3 4, 4 plus 0 4. Is 4 a multiple of 3? No. So again 3 is also not a factor of 130. So what are we remaining with, children? 13 and 2. So option C, 2 and 13 become our prime factors of 130. Or you can do the prime factorization. We have 10 13s are 130. 13 is already a prime number. So again factorizing 10, we have 2 5s are 10. So from the given numbers, 2 and 13 become our prime factors. Okay. Next, dash are the numbers which are multiplied together to get another number. Now what do we need? The numbers which are multiplied together. Let us say 4 2s are 8. So here 4 and 2 are multiplied together to get another number 8. Now what are 4 and 2 called? They are called as factors. Yes. So option A, factors, becomes our correct answer. Factors are the numbers which are multiplied together to get another number. Now what is 8 called as? 8 is called as the product or the multiple of 4 and 2. Next question. A dash is a diagram which is used to break down a number by dividing it by its factors. Okay, by dividing it by its factors until all the numbers left are prime numbers. Yes children, we are taking a number and then dividing it into its factors until all the numbers are prime numbers. What is this? This is our factor tree. If you remember the prime factorization topic, then the method of finding out prime numbers was factor tree method, where we found out the factors until all the factors left were the prime numbers. So option A, factor tree, becomes our correct answer. Next, question 56. Dash is the factor of every number. If you remember about the property of factors and multiples, children, which is the factor of every number? Option B, 1 is the factor of every number. Yes. Next, every number is the dash factor of itself. See, suppose if I am taking the number 4, what are its factors? 1, 2 and 4. So every number is the which factor of itself? Is it greatest, smallest, equal to or less than equal to? It is the greatest factor. From the given factors, the greatest factor of every number will be itself. So option A, greatest, becomes our correct answer. Now which is the smallest factor of every number? Except 1, it will be 1. So for every number, 1 will be the smallest factor and 4 will be, and itself will be the greatest factor. Next question 58. The factors of any numbers are dash the number. See, just now what did we take? 4 is equal to 1, 2 and 4. The factors of 4 are 1, 2 and 4. Now what can we say about these factors? Are these equal to or less than? Equal to or greater than? Equal to or less than? See, we are having 1 and 2 which are less than our number and 4 which is equal to our number. So what can we say? That the factors of any number are either equal to or less than the number. So option A becomes our correct answer. Okay children, so whenever such questions are asked, write the factors of a number and see whether the factors are equal to, less than or greater than the given number. Next question 59. We can find factors by dash. So how can we find the factors? By multiplication, division, or both multiplication, division and addition. See, till now you might know how to do the factors, right? We can find out the factors by both multiplication and division. Yes children, we use both multiplication and division to find out the factors. Yes. Next question 60. When we divide one number by another and there is no remainder, the divisor and the quotient are the dash of the first number. So what are we saying? When we divide one number by another, let us say we are dividing 8 by 4. Okay. And there is no remainder. Yes, when we divide 8 by 4, the quotient will be 2 and the remainder will be 0. And the quotient, there is no remainder. The divisor and the quotient are the dash of the first number. Divisor is 4, quotient is 2. They are the dash of our 8. 4 and 2 are these factors of 8? Yes. Now are 4 and 2 multiples? No. Are 4 and 2 product of 8? No. Are 4 and 2 answers of 8? No. So what is the correct answer? When we are dividing a number by another number, yes, and the remainder is 0, both the divisor and the quotient become the factors of the given number. Okay children? I hope this. Next question 61. Pick the odd one out, and the options are 2, 4, 6, 7. Now what is the odd one, children? Odd one is that one number which is different from the other three numbers. If we observe, 2, 4 and 6 are all what are the multiples of 2. Yes, or else you can say that all these three are even numbers. Now when it comes to option D 7, it is not a multiple of 2, or you can say that it is not an even number. So option D 7 becomes our odd number. Okay, option D is the correct answer. Next question 62. Every number except 1 has at least dash factors. What 1 has only one factor, that is 1. Okay, now when it comes to other numbers, yes, at least each number has two factors. Yes, even it is a prime number, it will have what? It will have two factors, and composite numbers will have more than two factors. So every number except 1 has at least option A, two factors. Next, fill in the blanks by choosing the correct option for the given factor tree of 120. Now what is this factor tree? Prime factorization. Yes, if you look at 120, how can we get 120? 10 into what? 10 into 12. Yes. Now again 12 is divided into 6 into 2. And how to get 6, children? We have 3 2s are 6, or say 2 3s are 6. So what are the options? What are the numbers required? 12, 2 and 3. Now if you look at the options, option B 12, 2 and 3 will be our correct answer. Yes, 10 into 12 120, 2 into 3 gives us 6. Next question 64. Which of the following represents the complete factor tree for 84? Now we have to check. We have to check. Now 284 can be the factors of 84 can be written as 2 into 42. Yes, see, 42 2s are 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. It is correct. Now again 42 can be split as 6 7s are. Yes, correct. Now again here 2 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number, 6 is a composite number. So again writing the factors, we have 3 2s are 6. So is this a complete factor tree? Yes, option A is our complete factor tree. Now why not option B? Because see here we are having 6, which is a composite number. So when we get a composite number, we still have to write the prime factors for it. Yes, so it should have been 2 3s are or 3 2s are. So option B is not a correct answer. Again, even in option D here, 21 is not a prime number. It should have been further split into 3 into 7. Again here also 6 is not a prime number. The factor should have been written as 3 into 2. So only option A is our correct answer for this. Next, question 65. We can find the dash of a number by multiplying it by 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Now what is this, children? When we multiply a number by 1, 2, 3 and 4, what do we get? Will we get our factors? No. Will we get our multiples? Yes, we will get our multiple. We can find out the multiple of a number by multiplying it by 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Next, question 66. Pick the odd one out. Again, what are the options? 3, 6, 9 and 10. Again, if you observe, 3, 6, 9 are all what? These are the multiples of 3. We have 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9. When it comes to option D 10, it is not a multiple of 3. So that will be our odd number. Okay. Next, question 67. Every multiple of a number is the dash number itself. That is, it is greater to or less than or equal to, children. See, when suppose just now what did we write? The multiples of 3, right? What are the multiples? 3, 6, 9. Now are these multiples less than our 3? No. Are these greater than our 3? Yes, a few are greater than 3, and we also have 3 as a multiple which is equal to the number itself. So the multiples of a number are what, children? Always greater than or equal to. So what is the correct answer? Option A, greater than or equal to the number. And what about the factors? The factors are less than or equal to, and the multiples are greater than or equal to the number. Next question 68. There is no end to the dash you can get of a particular number. What? There is no end to? Again, if we have discussed this in the first class itself, in the properties of factors and multiples. When it comes to factors, we have a finite number of factors. Yes, we can say the count of factors. But when it comes to multiples, it is infinite. That means there is no end to the number of multiples we can get to a particular number. We cannot count also the number of multiples it has. So option A, multiple, becomes our correct answer. Next, question 69. 56 is a dash of 8. Now we have 7 8s are 56. Now what are 7 and 8? 7 and 8 are our factors and 56 is our multiple. So 56 is what? 56 is a multiple of 8. Option B, multiple, becomes our answer. Now it is not a product, children. Why? Product means we need to have two numbers. When it, suppose if it was 56 is a dash of 8 and 7, you could have chosen product. But here 56 is a multiple of 8. Okay, it is not a product of 8. We can get a product only when we multiply two or more numbers. So what is the correct answer here? Option B, multiple. Coming to the last question for today. The common factors, I think these four are wrong options here. The common factors of 56 and 44 are dash. Now we know that for any numbers, one will compulsorily be a common factor. So 1 is there. Now coming to the next number 2. Are these two divisible by 2? Yes, it is having 6 and here we have 4 in the ones place. So again 2 will be our common factor. Now again, are these two divisible by 4? We have 4 14s are 56 and 4 11s are 44. So again 4 is also a common factor of 56 and 44. 11 is not a common factor. Yes, 2 is a common factor, but 11 is a factor of 44 but not 56. Again 8 is a factor of 56 but not of 42. Yes, 2 is a common factor of both 56 and 42, but apart from 2 we are having 1 and 4 as well. So what is the correct answer, children? Option A, 1, 2 and 4 are the common factors of 56 and 44. Clear? And with this we've come to the end of all the multiple choice questions from the chapter factors and multiples. Understood, children? Now listening to this, you will get an idea of what kind of questions might be asked from the exam from the topic factors and multiples.